Prime Minister Netanyahu has no soul. He is the greatest betrayal of the Jewish and Israeli people of the last 1,000 years, in my mind. He has sacrificed our own people for his own political gain. He is the master of dividing us and make us hate each other. It's unnecessary, it's cruel. He is a man who is unable to understand the pain of other or to see what constitutes a human. I have no good words for him. There are no really words to describe today. Today is another day when we feel we've gone even further down the slippery slope where everything we have fought for so long to prevent is exploding in our face. These were 6 young people that survived for almost 11 months to be murdered at gunpoint or whatever way it was. And, you know, every part of the chain that has let it happen, has a responsibility to it.
We've reported often on this programme about you and indeed other families of hostages protesting, gathering together, supporting one another certainly, but sending a message particularly to the political leadership of Israel. Will you be doing that again now, today?
Absolutely. There will be a lot of demonstrations today, but we are dealing with people who we don't know where their heart is. After 11 months, we do not understand where is their heart. Are they human beings? They're definitely not according to Judaism and the way we're supposed to support each other. And we are dealing with Hamas, who is ready to sacrifice every last person of their own, and let alone our people, towards somehow a kind of fundamentalist vision of the world. And in the midst is our loved one, 6 young people that were alive a few days ago, that survived in impossible conditions for almost 11 months, and that we have now lost.
What would you say today? You talk about protesting, and you talk about the fault at every kind of point of the chain of this thing, and these incidents that we're reporting. We have also been considering in the last few weeks how close or indeed how far away some sort of ceasefire and hostage release deal is. What would your message be to Prime Minister Netanyahu? What would you say to him about working towards a deal?
Prime Minister Netanyahu has no soul. He is the greatest betrayal of the Jewish and Israeli people of the last 1,000 years, in my mind. He has sacrificed our own people for his own political gain. He is the master of dividing us and make us hate each other. It's unnecessary, it's cruel. He is a man who is unable to understand the pain of other or to see what constitutes a human. I have no good words for him. He is also the person who allowed Hamas to grow. My father have fought against him for many years and against the idea that we can divide and rule the Palestinians and create another organization and facilitate the passing of money so they can increase in strength and therefore not allow for other moderate forces within Palestine to create a 2-state solution together with the Israelis. And so he is now dealing with the consequences of the beast he has created. And instead of clearing the stage and letting someone understand what is the very basic of humanity and work towards the release of our loved one after 330-something days, he would continue to divide us in order to stop us from having our loved one. I don't see a way for him to stay in power and for our loved ones to come back. If he had a way forward with that, he would have created it. And all along the way, he has done everything he can towards stopping that from happening.
Sharon, how do you prevent your hope from diminishing and potentially from evaporating completely on a day like today? Your father is still held. We are reporting the awful news of the recovery of 6 hostages who have died. How do you maintain hope?
You realize that you don't have an option. You realize that there's still live people there. I don't know if my father is alive or is dead, but I know that there's members of my community that are alive. And I know that their situation is getting worse by the hour. And I don't know, Hirsch and Eden and Carmel and the rest of them, they were alive a few days ago. How can I give up hope when I'm asking them to keep hope and to keep hope in humanity and to keep hope in the sense that we can create some sanity out of this most insane situation? This has gone progressively worse. I think the UK must press all its weapons of diplomacy and every other possibility in order to help us get the hostages. The US just lost Hirsch, who is an American citizen. We have to act fast, all of us. We have to work towards the cessation of hostilities, towards making it impossible for the debt dance between Sinwar and the Israeli government. Hamas is responsible for what happened. Hamas is the force that entered Israel on the 7th of October. Hamas is the force that killed 1,200 people on that day. Hamas is the force that embedded itself into every civilian society in Gaza and therefore made it impossible for the people of Gaza to survive. It sacrificed its own people. I feel that my government is sacrificing the hostages. And this is a death trap that benefits people at the top, but none of us, hostage family, citizens, civilians, none of us benefits from that.
Sharon, thank you very much for speaking to us.